So, today we are going to discuss about the physical landscape of South Asian region. Right. Physical landscape. So, we have explained Pute, I have explained last weeks about the physical landscape of South Asian region. I have explained the meaning of the physical landscape. Can anybody remember what is physical landscape? So before starting this session also I told you physical landscape. Physical landscape means the things we can see in the environment which are created by the nature. That means which are attached to the land. Can you understand, Putta? What is a physical landscape? Yes? Right. You can see the mountains, you can see rivers, you can see valleys, you can see the bays, islands, okay, lagoons. Those are called the physical landscape. Those are belongs to the physical landscape, right? So when we think about the South Asian region, right, can you remember when we learning about in last year, I mean when you were in grade 7, we studied about the physical landscape of Sri Lanka, the landscape of Sri Lanka. Can you remember? Can you all remember? Yes. So in that lesson you can remember we studied about we studied around 5 landscape in Sri Lanka. So can you all remember those things? Names of the landscape, different landscapes. Hmm? Can you remember? Dry zone, wet zone, hilly region. Yes. What else? Coastal environment. Yes, coastal region. Hmm. The Jaffna Peninsula and the yes, yeah, yes, dry zone. Very good. Yeah. So there you studied. It has different intermediate. It's not coming under the landscape. No, those are called. There are 3 types of things. What are they? Relief zones. So separately we study those 3 things, right? So the landscape. That's depending on the climate. Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to the when you study the shape of the land, when you study the different features in those lands are differ from each landscape to another landscape. For an example, when you go to the Nuwara Eliya, right? When you go to Nuwara Eliya, what are the things that you can see in the environment, Putte? When you go to the Nuwara Eliya? What? Very good. Climatic changes. Okay. In the environment, what can you see? Land, shape of the land. Hilly. You can see mountain range. No? You can see valleys. You can see waterfalls. Can you see those things when you go to the coastal environment or Jaffna Peninsula or somewhere like that? Can you see them? No, that means you can understand, Putte. So those features are differ from some region to region. Even Sri Lanka is a small country. We are having 65,610 square meters. The area is very small square kilometers, right? So within that small country, we can see we can see some different landscape. So you just imagine the South Asian region. South Asian region also has a different kind of types of landscape. So throughout this lesson, we have to discuss, we have to learn those kind of landscape, just like what we learned in grade 7 about Sri Lanka. But the difference is here we have to study about the region. That means it's our region. It's our South Asian region. So only the term is changing, only the region is changing, but you can see the same landscape types there, right? For an example, let's see mountain landscape. So even South Asian region also we can find the mountains landscape. The good example is Sri Lanka, right? Sri Lanka also we can see valley landscape, coastal landscape, rural landscape. So these are the new things you are learning here. Okay, rural landscape, but we didn't learn these things in Sri Lanka, but we have rural landscapes, industrial and urban landscape, right? Industrial and urban landscape, desert landscape. So you can't see the desert in Sri Lanka neither, but in our region we can see the desert, right? There are three different things: rural landscape, industrial landscape, and urban desert landscape. So the first three things are not very difficult. Other things are not really difficult, but the different things we have to learn, right? So did you understand up to now what we have to discuss throughout the lesson, Putte? Can you understand? Right. Okay. So now I'm moving to the next. No, you want to write down these things, eh? Yes. First of all, write down the topic: physical landscape of South Asian region. That's the topic. And then you want to write down the followings. You have to write the definition. A landscape means the physical environment in South Asian region, right? You want to write the topic and the definition, what does mean by the landscape, and then you can write the types of landscape we are going to learn here, right? Okay, do it quickly. I'll give you few minutes. Okay, so in the next video, let's discuss about these features one by one. Thank you for watching.